terms of employers, the business world and so forth, I mean, obviously, they some of them have got certain views to say colleges are not really getting, the people that we need are not what the colleges are sort of training on, and they don't understand our needs. They don't really understand business per se. Possibly other stakeholders might say, colleges are not fulfilling the full role, and other people are having their lunch to a certain level. Independent training providers, possibly some of the employers themselves, and so forth. What's your general thoughts in terms of?
I think if you said this 20 years ago, I'd probably agree. I'd agree. But I don't recognise that of the FE sector, now or even 10 years ago. But I think we're not very good as a FE college sector of blowing our own trumpets in terms of the work that we do individually as colleges with the local community. And when I talk about community, I'm not just talking about people. I'm actually talking about the businesses and what we do and so on. But no, it's kind of that, it's kind of that thing, isn't it? When people are looking at funding, it's usually you're either going to do something because you're doing it through the university because that feels better than doing it with a college because you're not promoted even though you're doing similar things in that space. And you want then to have school leavers, but you're not thinking about those that, half the 16 to 18-year-olds, just over half, are actually go to college, And we're not necessarily saying, your talent pool or indeed future SMEs are actually here in colleges. They are not necessarily coming out of A-levels. Do you know what I mean? Or what was seen as the traditional structure. But we haven't been very good, I don't think, of actually saying what we do.
Okay.
However, I mean, certainly I think in terms of, I've always been in favour of how we can actually kind of take things forward as colleges in terms of employers. And so one of the things that we're doing at BMet, and it's nothing new, lots of colleges do exactly the same thing, and that is about employer forums. There are sector-based. So that they have both large and, small employers who are really directing what we do in terms of the actual very much so the wider skills, because that's what employers really talk about. It's those wider skills, not the technical skills for which they know that we can train them for, whether that's in engineering or construction or wherever, and they just build on those things. They want to know that they can on the very basic level be there on time, but actually have creativity, that critical thinking, that taking the initiative, all those other things that they want people to come with. And I don't think we've been very good at how those are the things that our students develop and are developing them through, whether it's employer projects, all sorts of different things. But we don't sing about all of that. And that's something that we need to do, because it's not true that we don't. We've just recently, obviously, you'll probably know about the local skills plans. The chambers got together in the West Midlands, and as colleges, we have been leading that work. And for us as BMet, we're leading the employer engagement part of that. And we've been surprising people about how we've gone about doing this. And how we're taking it forward to make it a sustainable change, so that employers have got a more comprehensive view of colleges, going forward. And I'm really excited by the work that we're doing. But but also part of it is we've only and this is down to the mayoral authorities, and I can never remember the third one, but it's Manchester and West Midlands are two of the three. And, now got something with UK, Innovate UK. And that's always been for universities. So that's research and development, usually working with businesses to really support them in terms of their making step changes with their, with their business. And it's only since the very first one in December that we've been allowed to, but it's only a year's project. But the point is, it's quite a significant thing for the FE sector to be in that space.
Okay.
But we need to be shouting about what we're doing now, and actually how we're supporting employers, and actually get employers to want to shout about it too, because it's about that allyship, it's about those partnerships, and I think it's almost like they've been really, well kept secrets for us.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.